Hey, good morning, Joe here. It's like 10:15 a.m. here in Youngstown, Ohio. Uh, been running a few errands, got a few more to run. Hit the Dollar Tree by me. I wanted to get this. They had this throw pillow that looked like a pug dog. My sister has pug dogs. Well, my sister and brother-in-law went to Sam's Club yesterday and picked me up a family pack of the Monster cereals. They're pretty cheap there, I guess, because everywhere else they're almost $5 a box. I'm like, I don't want to spend that much. Myra had a sale like buy one get one 50%, but like I don't want to spend $5 for a box of cereal, even though I'm getting the other one at 50% off. I'm like, I typically don't go over $3 a box. You know, I like to go $2 a box. In fact, the girl down the street at Family Dollar rang up some cereals that were $2 a box, and but you needed their app, so I downloaded their app right there in the store. And I looked up the sale and it wasn't there. And she goes, "Oh, it's right there." And I showed her my phone and I scrolled. I said, "See?" She goes, "Oh, it's not there." And she goes, "Oh, don't worry. I'll ring them up at $2 a box." I get home. She ran them up at $1.75 a box. That's even better. But anyhow, my sister and brother-in-law said they got a box for me at their house. It's like in one big box. There's the blueberry, the strawberry, and the Count Chocula. And I said, "Well, what I owe you?" They go, "Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Oh, I can't. No, I don't do that." So I went to Dollar Tree because they had those pug pillows. Well, they don't have them now, at least at the one by me. So there's a few other Dollar Trees I want to hit before I head over, their house and get the cereal, because I want to at least give them the pug pillow. But in the meantime, I ran around this morning, a bunch of errands. Stay down. Stay down. So anyhow, I went stopped at the mailbox, my post office, and I got my Iceman 572 engine with the stacks. And it comes with the resin 3D printed stacks, or for a few bucks additional, you get the aluminum stacks. So I got that. So that's my engine for this. So, it's going to go in there. And I also have I showed you in a previous video, but I got the Iceman hood. So yeah, I got that. So now I got some parts for that. And what else am I working on? I'm working on too much is what I'm working on. I got Naz's trailer. I got the wheels and tires on. I got the wheels blocked out where the open slots are. I put some, to my detailer down in there. Got the taillights on it. I ordered up some photo reduced license plates. They're not decals. They're the ones you cut out. I already have some Ohio ones I bought, but I bought some PA ones for Naz's project since he's in Pennsylvania. And there's a temporary tag, which will work just perfect, because I could put a temp tag on the car that's on the trailer, like it was just purchased and is being trailered home. I could put a PA tag on the trailer. Only thing is, none of them say trailer, but it'll be close enough. And I'll have one for the truck. And I got some New York plates, because there's a New York temporary tag for another project I'm working on that I don't want to give away right now. So I got that. And then Grandpa Mark has his cancer 24-hour build, breast cancer awareness 24-hour build on the 11th. Even though I might be going to a model show that day too, he said go ahead and paint a body ahead of time. Because that's probably the most consuming part, painting it and waiting for it to dry. So I got this van because I showed you that van back in July on my old channel. It's still there. It's one of the last videos. I did the Surfer Ford van with the graphics. I painted it gold and bronze, and I don't remember. I used an orange but pearl clear over it. It came out really nice. Well, one of my slot car buddies saw it and said, "Hey, that looked nice as a slot car, ha ha ha. If you want to sell it, let me know." I'm like, I don't really want to sell one of my babies. But because unemployment hadn't kicked in yet, and I had like $0, I sold him the body, and I asked him, did you want the whole kit or just the body? He said the body. Now, the only downside is I cut the frame horns off that mount the bumper. And they also hold the chassis from going too far up inside the body, so I got to extend these rear frame rails. And the front is held on by the firewall and the dash and the interior, so I don't worry about that. But I still got to extend these to put the bumper back on. So I got this body. So basically, This won't be a problem for 24-hour build. If I paint this ahead of time and I just got to drop it over the chassis and it's done. So for the 24-hour build, the group build Grandpa Mark is holding, I'm probably also going to do the AMT Silverado 1500 kit. Whatever it is, 96 or whatever. Because that's a basic, another one I could paint the body ahead of time and just, before I leave for the show in the morning, paint the chassis and the interior and maybe paint some later that day when I get home and assemble it the next day. So I'm going to have basically 2 for Grandpa Mark's. I ordered up some decals. The only problem was I couldn't find them, and I don't have time to have them custom made, I would assume, by the 11th. STS might come through, but they might. I wanted to go with the breast cancer awareness theme. Even though the cars, Grandpa said, yeah, they don't need to necessarily be pink. They don't necessarily need to have the cancer awareness on them. But I'd like to do something cancer awareness. And I couldn't find any. The only decals I found on eBay were either way too big. I found some that were water slide, but they were for like tumblers. If you make the tumblers and you put the clear shell over them, and plus you could probably clear over them, but they were too big. They'd be like this big. They were like 3x5. I'm like, well, that's way too big. 3 would be good this way, but even 3 this way or 5 is way too big. So I found some nail art water slide. I've used them before for die cast and other decals, but they're for fingernails, for girls to do their fingernails, or guys. Who am I to judge? But so what I'm probably going to do is paint this thing maybe a few shades of pink, maybe a white stripe, maybe do some fogging on it. Then I'll put the little decals that I ordered a few of them, and one's for 1/64, so they're kind of small, but one says fight cancer and the other are the ribbons in different colors and styles. So what I figure I'll probably do is do something like a pink body with a white mid stripe, and then put as a decoration around it. So it'll be breast cancer awareness. So I got that going, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I'm probably gonna run a couple more errands here. I got some yard work to do tomorrow. I might be a little bit busy. My mom is back in her apartment, by the way. I told you guys in the last video, my sister says she seems to be doing okay for now, but we don't know for how long. Like I said, she's rather messed up. Unfortunately, it's everything with her all at once. Her vision's pretty much poof, gone. All she sees is like images, like shadows and colors and blurs, and she doesn't hear very well. And physically, it's just part of old age. And then every other ailment she could have, she's having. It sort of sucks that it's all hitting her at once. But anyhow, yeah, that's what I did this morning. So I ran around, went to Aldi's and got some stuff to make. That's a grocery store. For those that don't know Aldi's, I think they're nationwide. They have commercials now on television, but they're pretty good. Some of their stuff is okay. Some of it's not as good. We were supposed to have an Aldi's right up the street from me when the Giant Eagle went out, but it became a Dollar General, a dog grooming place, this big building. They reduced it into sections, and then it's a kidney for people with kidney problems. They do the I can't think of the word for now, but they go there and they go on the machines and all that. The name of that is totally drawing a blank, but it was supposed to be an Aldi's at one time, which I wish it was, because I'd like to go a mile down the road to shop. The Sparkle Market by me, anybody who in Youngstown knows that there's not many Sparkles left now. They're all closing. This one will probably be next, because their prices are freaking ridiculous. When they have a good sale, it's a good sale. So if you live in the area and you go there, you should know. But they're ridiculous on everyday prices. I mean, I just can't buy things there anymore. I mean, like a box of cereal was typically $5.79, $5.49. I'm like, no way. If it's on sale, yeah. But it has to be a good sale. I hate when they have sales, they have the tags that, you save, and it says 10 cents or 20 cents. I'm like, that's not a sale. Who cares? When they have a good sale, like 2 for $4 or $2 a piece, okay. but like a pack of Oreos is like $6.79 there. I'm like, no freaking way. You can shove that, you know where. I'm not paying that much for a pack of Oreos. Even at Myers, like they had like two for like $5 or something. No, that's not too bad. $2.50 a pack. I think they were like, forgot how much they were. Like 2 for $8. I'm like, I'm not spending $4 a pack. I'm sorry. They used to be 2 and a quarter. You know, I'll go that much. I'll go $2.50. I'll even go $3 a pack. Anything over that, I'm done. But anyhow, yeah, that's my story. You know, so I'm gonna hit a few other stores. But I got all these. I got some chicken breast, pretty good price. I got some salsa. I got taco seasoning. And what you do with that is you put the breast, the taco seasoning, and some salsa in the crock pot, and you turn it on. You let it simmer all day. And you get the taco shells, you get some sour cream, some cheese, and you make chicken soft tacos, and it's called 3-ingredient taco. So you got the mix, the meat, and the salsa in there. They come out pretty good. So I think I'm going to make that tomorrow morning. I'll put that in before I head to the shop for a little bit. And then, I'll tell the girlfriend, hey, if you want to come over after dinner or after work, we'll have chicken soft tacos. She's always liked them. I liked them. I haven't made them in a while. So I got that. I got their version of Funyuns, which are really good. And, oh yeah, I think I showed you this, guys, last time, but I got to weather this up a little bit more. But I got this for a slot car customer. But yeah, that's about where I'm at. I'm going to probably get some yard work done at some point today because I got a ton of leaves. I got more limbs and branches down. It hasn't even stormed. It hasn't been breezy. And I'm looking at this tree outside the window. I'm like, oh God, how long before this whole tree just comes down? It's hollowing out more and more. Luckily, it won't weigh a lot when it falls. It's going to be just basically like balsa wood hitting the ground. There's nothing left of it. But I went to pull out of the driveway the other morning. I had to get out of the truck and move a limb because there was a limb out there probably that big around. And God knows how long, at least 15 feet long, maybe a little bit longer. Most of the way across the driveway, so I had to get out and move it. Luckily, it weighed next to nothing because most of these trees in this yard are rotting. And I was like, you go to pick them up and like, well, that doesn't weigh anything. So I moved the biggest part off the driveway, but there's still some out in the front yard. And then I looked outside yesterday when I grabbed the mail. There's another twig or a limb down the other side of the yard. I'm like, really? It hasn't been raining. It hasn't been windy. There's been no storms. So I got to clean those up, and I got to fire the mower up. And basically, I'm mulching leaves more than I'm cutting grass right now. But I'm going to lower the mower another half a notch so it tears the hell out of those leaves. But, yeah, I had a good meeting yesterday with Grandpa Mark and Ken from Model Building and Retirement. It was a nice little lunch. We went out to Coney Island Hot Dogs out there on South Avenue, not far from where I work. And when I do work. But yeah, so I'm glad I got my Iceman stuff. Excuse me, starting to yawn, but I can start building that engine and getting that kit put together, even though it's not really due till the USAC till March. But I got some other projects here. I just looked at the dates on some of them, and I don't think I'm going to make them. The ones the Porsche group build. I might try today to get the Pearl on it and start getting it built, but I doubt it's going to make it by October 1st. Yeah, I might if I really push it. But, like I said, I got to... Excuse me, here comes the yawn. I'm fighting it. But I got to run a few more errands today and do a few more things around here. But it's early, luckily. It's only 10:30-ish or so that's not bad. But I just wanted to catch up with you guys on that and show you where I'm at. Things are coming along slowly. But, yeah, that's about it. And I'm going to take off here and get some of this stuff going. And I'll talk to you later. I might make an update on some of the spray paint. Fire up the airbrush and get this stuff going. So, hey, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, please. And if you want to check out my older videos, go back to Joe's Rush Shop. Instead of Joe's New Rush Shop, I still got a ton of videos there. I may at some point see if I could download them and then re-upload them to this channel. I'd like to. I'm hoping they restore my channel, but who knows? I don't know what happened with it. Between Google and YouTube, it all went poof. And that really pisses me off. No explanation. I was talking with the guys yesterday. I said, did I violate one of their precious, codes or whatever they call them? There's, terms of service. Or did I say something in one of my videos? Did one of my subscribers type something that pissed them off? Did I go against, whatever things they have, standards? I don't know. There was no explanation. And it's weird that with the Google thing and the email that I had linked with it, is not the one that disappeared. My main one disappeared, and I didn't even have it linked with the YouTube channel. I had it linked with my main YouTube channel, and that's still where my, Joseph Zaborski one, which I hardly ever use anymore. I haven't used it in years. So, unexplained. And you can't talk to anybody. You can't. All it is AI now. In fact, this stupid phone, it did some AI update yesterday. It took it like God knows how long. And now there's this thing at the bottom of my lock screen, some kind of news thing that you click on. It doesn't even do nothing. I can't eliminate it. So who knows what stupid updates they did. Some AI crap. I mean, I like some AI stuff, but I don't like when it puts stuff on your phone that you did. I couldn't fight that one. But put stuff on your phone that you didn't ask for. It doesn't ask you, do you want new games? Do you want this? Do you want that? No, it just says you need an update, and it updates crap you don't even use. So I usually go back. If there's stuff in there I don't use, it gets eliminated. But okay, well, this time I'm gone. So, hey, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye-bye.